New home construction is everywhere, particularly in Florida. We've got new homes being built everywhere. Contractors are popping houses up left and right. If you are considering new construction, you need to watch this video because I'm going to tell you the top 5 lies when it comes to buying new construction. The idea of buying new construction is very tempting. I mean, you won't have to rip out somebody's old worn out carpeting or update any kitchens. I mean, that is one of the problems with buying an older home. From maintenance items to having to update things, it can be a little frustrating. So if you build something brand new or buy something brand new, you'll have the latest design trends and everything will be move-in ready. You also get to pick out everything so the house is exactly the way you like it, which is a lot of fun and pretty desirable. However, there are some pitfalls that you need to be aware of if you're considering new construction, and I'm gonna break down the top 5 lies that are told in new construction. So let's dive on in. Okay, there are a few fairy tales told in the new construction arena. So let's start with fairy tale number 1. The price online is the price you will pay. I talk to people all the time that ask me that question and actually believe that the price online is the actual purchase price. Not so, my friends. You will see on almost every single builder's website terms like starting from, as low as, beginning in the mid, blank, blank, blank. Now, in all fairness, prices do change. Material costs go up, particularly now. However, the website's not quite as transparent, I think, as it should be. And I find that most people really don't understand what the true cost is. Now, obviously, their goal is to get you to come out to that beautiful model center, get y'all excited about buying one of those homes. So they don't want to scare you off. And by the way, those models, they're all decked out to the nines. You see, the price online is the starting price, the base price of the base model, without land, without upgrades. So when you see something that says as low as $350,000, you still got to add the land to that. And land can run you anywhere from $15,000 for a lot. Depending on certain communities, it could be $100,000 for a lot. I'll also mention, if you're just browsing right now and you're looking and you're taking your sweet time, those prices go up monthly, and in some neighborhoods, every 2 weeks there's a price adjustment. So very likely that while you're looking, you're gonna see a price. If you go back and look 30 days later, that price is going to probably be higher. Okay, so let's talk about fairy tale number 2. When you walk into the model, everything's included. That's a big fat no. If we're being really honest here, when you walk into the model, most everything you see isn't even offered. Sure, you're scratching your head and saying, what? Yeah. They hire professional decorators who come in and they decorate. Fancy light fixtures, shiplap on the walls, wainscoting. Sometimes there's specific paint colors that may not be offered to you. Decorator comes in and decorates the house. Most cases, none of that will be provided or offered by the builder. Now, cabinets they'll offer cabinets. Will the base model cabinets be in that model? Probably not. They put in higher levels of cabinets. They may put a level 5 or a level 6 in because those cabinets are going to be gorgeous. So what you see in the model is not what you get for the base price. And that includes the appliances. They don't put the base appliances in, they put the higher appliances in. Okay, so we covered fairy tale number 1 and 2. Let's talk about fairy tale number 3. So, about those appliances. Let's say you don't want the base appliances. You want other appliances that they're offering, like a level 2 appliance or a level 3 appliance. You would assume that you would get those appliances for suggested retail. That's a big fat no. Yeah, most builders are going to mark their appliances up some. So they're making a profit on the appliances. At least most track builders, production builders, the big builders that build thousands of homes. Because if you can make $200 or $300 on an appliance and you sell 1,000 homes, well, you do the math. It adds up and it becomes quite a profit center. And I know what you're thinking, well, I'll just buy my own appliances. And that's fine, you can do that. However, there are some appliances that you will have to take from the builder in order to get a certificate of occupancy. And it varies by city and county based upon what their building department has to say. But you could get a credit maybe for the refrigerator or credit for the washer and dryer, but often building departments may require certain appliances to be installed in order to provide a certificate of occupancy to you, and some lenders will also require this. So you may have to take the appliances, the base appliances, and then go buy the appliances you really want if you think the builder's appliances are just off the chain ridiculous, and sell the other appliances. I have some customers that will do that. Fairy tale number 4 is the builder's lender offers the same rate as everybody else. Now, there are some advantages and disadvantages to using the builder's lender. The advantage is they make it seamless. It is quite the smooth process when you use the builder's lender. Number 2 advantage is they normally give you some type of cash incentive, closing cost credit, for using their lender. But nothing is free, so typically the rate will be higher in most of those scenarios. Now, not 100%, but you will find the rate will be higher with the builder's lender because they're giving you cash. So you want to save out-of-pocket cash? Maybe it's worth it to pay a little bit of a higher rate. If it's a quarter of a point or less, to me, the convenience factor, and if they're giving you $7,500, let's say, in closing costs, it's probably worth it. Now, if the rate is half a point or an entire point higher, now that's where it may not really make sense to do that, because if you look at the amount of interest you would pay at a half or a completely higher rate of an entire point, it's going to be over time much greater than that $7,500 closing cost credit, let's say they give you. Any way you look at it, if you are using a loan to buy the house, you're going to have to pre-qualify up front with their lender in most cases, and that's fine. Doesn't mean you have to use their lender when the house is completed and you're ready to close. If you don't use their lender, you're going to need to get a loan approval, put an application in within 45 days, of the home being completed. And fairy tale number 5 is the builder uses a standard contract for sale and purchase. One of the things that you have to be aware of as a consumer is the builder has his own contract. That contract is postured to protect the builder, not you. The builder's not going to change the language in the contract. If you want to buy a home from the builder, you're going to have to sign that contract. But you need to understand what you're signing. So, ask for a copy of the contract, a copy of a blank contract ahead of time so that you can review it. They're not going to make any alterations to the contract, but you do want to take time to look it over and understand what you're agreeing to. If you don't understand the language in the contract, you can pay a real estate attorney to review the contract with you so that you understand what you're committing to. One of the primary things you need to look for are escalation clauses. There are some builders that are putting these in their contracts. And an escalation clause basically says they have a right to increase the price if the cost of their materials go up. And some people are signing these. If you choose to sign a contract that has such language in it, it really should have a cap on how much more they can increase your price. You definitely don't want to leave it open-ended, but in most cases you should really avoid signing a contract where the price is not locked in. Now here's some important things to consider if you're going to buy new construction. Find a realtor. You don't have to hire a buyer's agent when you're buying new construction, but it sure helps to have someone on your side representing your interests. Keep in mind that the salespeople at the model center work for the builder. Not only is he paying them a salary, he's paying them a commission, and their job is to sell you on their product. They represent the builder's interests. I mean, you don't want to be outmatched if you're not really experienced in buying new construction real estate. Another tip you need to keep in mind when the home is completed, even though it's brand new, you should have the home inspected. Be surprised. Sometimes things fall through the cracks and a home inspector can point it out and help you get it corrected before you close. I hope this video was helpful. Maybe you learned a little bit of something. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you got a question, make your comments below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And as always, subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload a new video. I cover topics like this all the time. My name is Lisa.Ammons with 772 Living. I want to thank you for spending part of your day with me. Hope to see you on the next one. Oh, don't forget to watch these next upcoming videos. I'm sure they'll help you out if you're considering South Florida real estate.